Welcome to another Dark Nook video. In this video, I'm making a creepy doll. I got this doll from a thrift shop. First thing you gotta do is get all these clothes off. Then you gotta get the hair off. These dolls are usually kind of old, the glue is kind of brittle, so the hair will just come right off. And they usually have a little styrofoam piece in there, so just set that aside, you'll need that later. And set the hair aside. Now I want to put new eyes in this, so these eyes gotta come out. And the glue that they're held in with is pretty old, so it just chips right out. And once the eyes are out, do a little test fit, make sure the eyes I have are going to work, and they will. These eyes are great because they, the way they're made, they follow you. So no matter which angle you turn the doll's head, it makes it look like the eyes are following you. Now I'm going to use this stuff called crackle medium from Folk Art, but I'm not 100% sure how it's going to react with this doll, because this doll's already been painted and treated and baked, and I don't know the processes that were used. So I'm going to do a test, but I don't want to do a test on any part that you're going to see, so I'll do the test here on the legs. I'm going to do one side with just the crackle medium directly onto the surface of the porcelain, and then I'll do the other side with a layer of dark paint, and then the crackle medium over the top of the layer of dark paint. I'll see which one works better. I put the crackle medium on both sides, and then paint each side with the final color that I'm going to use for the doll. And as you can see here, the crackles form nice on both tests. The crackles on the side with the black paint, they show up a lot better because of the dark color underneath. So for the other side, I thought I'll just do a dark wash. I'll put a dark brown watery wash on top and then wipe it off and see if that brings out the cracks. It didn't go well. Because the crackle medium did not adhere at all to the surface of the doll. So this is why we do tests. So I settled out on a final method that I'm going to use. I'm not going to use black, I'm going to use brown. And I'll use that as a base coat. And then I'll put the crackle medium over the top of the brown and paint that. Now I found that the crackle medium likes a nice thick coat of paint. I think the crackling has to do with the length of time that the paint stays wet before it dries. So a thin layer dries pretty quick, it doesn't crackle very much. So you need a nice thick wet coat of paint over the top of the crackle. And I wanted to use an airbrush because I didn't want brush strokes. And this worked well. You can see the crackles forming. So I'm going to start by painting the areas I want to be very dark around the eyes and mouth. Even after I cover this with a coat of paint, it's still going to show through slightly. These areas will come through a little bit darker. And that'll give it the illusion of depth for the darker spots. Plus, if there's cracks in these areas, the color that shows through underneath them will be darker. And then I cover it with a coat of brown paint. And once that's dry, I realized I needed a little bit more highlight, a little bit more red on the cheeks and nose and around the eyes and the lips. So I went ahead and put that on, and I decided to redo some of the areas of the black. Once that's dry, I put crackle medium over the face and the hands. And then I paint it in the final color. Boy, the crackles came out good. Once the crackling had finished, I went in and did a little bit of detail work with some pinks around the eyes and for the cheeks, just to give it a little bit of a blush. And then I did detail painting around the eyes and nose and painted the lips. Then a dry brush with some black, just to create kind of a shadowy effect and a bit of a smudgy effect. Once that's done, it's time to put the eyes in. I use a little drop of hot glue to hold the eye in place to get it to where I wanted it. And then once that looked good, I locked it in with hot glue. Even now, it looks like she's giving you the side eye. And then I put in a bead of hot glue to hold that styrofoam back in. Put her hair back on. And then redressed her. And here she is, all finished. I'm watching you with those creepy eyes. And thanks for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below.